How we doing tonight? My name's Cameron Evig, and I'm back after a week off for everybody's favorite part of the show, Cam's Corner. Well, if it isn't my favorite time of year, with the Super Bowl and the NBA trade deadline both going down in the same week, tonight I'll go over 3 trades that I think make sense throughout all of the transactions that will go down on and before Thursday, and let you know my opinion on each of the guys involved. All that and more on Cam's Corner, starting right now. As I told you at the top of the show, the NBA trade deadline is one of my favorite things to look forward to every year. And although my team, the Denver Nuggets, aren't expected to make a huge splash like they did around this time last year when they acquired Aaron Gordon, I still love to see the agreements that other teams end up working out. Shipping guys like Carmelo Anthony to the Knicks and Pau Gasol to the Lakers are 2 of my favorite trades. And for this year's trade block, one of the first deals that I think should happen is between the Wizards and the Pacers. And it's for no one else but Indiana star forward Domantas Sabonis, who's wanted out of there for a while. Now it's obvious after the Pacers traded away Karis LeVert to the Cavs that Indiana has officially entered into rebuild mode. And like the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have picks waiting for prospects who aren't even out of middle school yet, this squad is looking for assets through the draft, and more specifically, first-round picks. And although the Wizards can only offer 1 pick, which forces them to part ways with some young talent instead. Third-year man Rui Hachimura and rookie Corey Kispert definitely fit that bill. And on the other side, when we look at the trade value, we all know why this makes sense for DC. It's all about keeping their star, Bradley Beal, happy. And he's been begging for help ever since John Wall went down with his Achilles injury all the way back in 2018. Not to mention Russ skipping town only after 1 season as a Wizard. Of course, Sabonis, Beal, and Kyle Kuzma is definitely one that can compete in the East. And for the Pacers, they're taking on the expiring contract of Montrezl Harrell and some good young studs to start their rebuild process. In my eyes, it's a win-win for both sides. And after that, potential for some new exciting things in the nation capital, the next move that I would like to see go down at the deadline is one I like even more than the one before. And it involves getting Jeremy Grant out of a rebuilding Pistons squad. Now, while there have been rumors of CJ McCollum being potentially dealt out of Portland, finally, I think they should and can give the duo of McCollum and Lillard one more shot to chase a ring. And I think this time, one player that can push him over is Jeremy Grant, and he can act like a consistent scorer alongside Dame Dolla as well as CJ McCollum, something that the Blazers have been desperate for. It's really tough to give up Nasir Little, but he's been out, and this is exactly what they need to do if they ever want to make that next step, even if it's not this year. And for Detroit, you take on 2 expiring contracts that you can get rid of easily, all while grabbing a young player and a first-round pick. This makes a lot of sense to me, and I can definitely see it happening come Thursday. And finally, a deal that seemingly every NBA fan wants. It involves drama from one side and a terrible franchise on the other. That's right, it's between the Sixers and the Timberwolves for the disgruntled Ben Simmons. And although number 25 has a fair amount of haters right now, which is well-deserved, getting him out of Philly is the best thing for the squad currently. Not to mention the entire league. And hey, this trade is good for the big man as well, giving him a fresh start 1,300 miles away from the Sixers organization that burned him so much all the way up in Minnesota. This move not only gets Ben back on the court and back on his feet as a player, but it also makes the Timberwolves postseason contenders out of seemingly nowhere. And sure, while D'Angelo Russell hasn't quite lived up to star expectations expected of him after the Wolves grabbed him from Golden State, the dude can still be a great second or third option behind Embiid and Tobias Harris in Philly. And Josh Okogie is an up-and-coming 3D guy that can fit almost anywhere, which sweetens up the pot for the Sixers even more. And when you add a first-round pick into this equation, this should be more than enough to get the value to get Simmons out of Pennsylvania and into a change of scenery. Adding Ben to a core that already consists of Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, makes this team into one that can take a first-round playoff series, which would be the best finish this team has had in over 15 years. And with those proposals, we'll just have to wait and see what happens come deadline time. If I'm right with any of these 3 moves, I'll be happy. And that's all I have time for tonight, Rams. But be sure to stick around because we have pick'ems and out of pocket coming right up.